So I want everyone to give me whole body listening. That's everybody. That means that our ears are listening. Our brain is thinking about what is being said. Eyes are looking, mouth is quiet, hands and feet are down and still. So nice job, guys. I'm gonna share my screen. And today we are gonna start a new count by. And I'm wondering if you know what it is. Any guesses out there? Sunny, what do you think? Says threes. We did threes. Jensen, what do you think?
Fours.
He said fours, and my volume is not working so good. Oh, maybe now it will. Fours. He is right. So I'm going to remind everybody we are no longer talking. It is my turn, right, to talk. You'll get your turn. If I did not mention to you, I need these people to do the time test. Since I'm on here, you will see that you're to do time tests on Wednesdays and Fridays. I need Astria, Clara, Gavin, Haley, Katie, Reese, Henry, Henry and Robert to do their time test after math today. Haley, I need whole body. Thank you.
I did the time test. I'm pretty sure I just can't post it.
So if you did it after noon, then I wouldn't have gotten it.
Okay.
If that's some noon, I wouldn't have.
Did you do it after noon?
I'm pretty sure I did it before 9:45 or after. I forgot.
Okay, then we're thinking you might not have logged in. So you might have to do it again and log in. Okay, bud?
Okay.
You hear me? Thumbs up if you heard me. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And Jensen, I see you have your hand up.
Did you get my web math minute?
We did. If we didn't, well, no.
But his mom sent it to us.
Your mom sent it, but you didn't possibly log in, we're thinking, but your mom emailed us. All right, so learning target today, look for patterns in fours, multiplications. You were right, Jensen, and count bys. Why? Because there are things that come in fours that we're gonna have to figure out the answer to, right? So real life problems. Our success criteria, and this needs to be changed, needs to be circle groups of 4 on your board. We're going to write multiplication and division equations that go with our equal groups, and you guys should be pros at this by now. We're going to look for patterns in our fours count bys, and we are going to practice some word problems with fours and multiplying. And I'm sorry, my success criteria is not perfect there. All right, so as soon as I can get that to go, slide 2. So before we start, in your math workbook, I believe it's 51. Can I see, Haley, that marker? In your math workbook, if you are a remote learner, you are gonna see, oh, hers aren't out. Just so you know, Haley's are not out.
Because we did the ones from our other book.
Oh, that's why. Okay. You have pages 51A through 51Z. You have something called strategy cards. My class, you saw me come around and pull these out. So I want you guys to find these at home. In your math workbook, turn to 51A. You are going to notice that they go all the way to 51Z. Okay, so I'm going to just show you some strategy cards because they are going home in your Friday folder today so that you can cut them out and practice your facts. If you are already at home, you have your workbook and you can, I don't know why it does that. You can already just rip them out, get the pair of scissors, cut them out, and I'm going to show you guys how you will use these to practice. Can I have whole body listening, bud? That would be great. Thank you. So for example, here is a strategy card that looks like this. And if you are at home, look at the screen. You should be able to see it. If you are here, look up at my screen. You don't need to see the one in your book because we already ripped them out of ours. So you don't have those. What do you notice on this strategy card besides the glare? Let me see if I can hold that up. What do you notice about this card? Yes, Haley Booker. I know, I had to really think about it.
I noticed that both of them equal 14, and it's 2 times 7 and 7 times 2. Either way, you get 14.
Okay, so she notices these two equations, the multiplication equations, that have the commutative property, 2 times 7 is 14, or 7 times 2 is 14. So that is one thing that it has on there, the commutative property. What do you see down here? Evie, what do you notice down here? The quick array, good job, 2 rows of 7, but they didn't fill in all of them. So that would be the same as 2 times 7 is 14, 14 divided by 7 is 2, 14 divided by 2 is 7, okay? We also have something here. What do you notice? 7, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. What's happening there, Sonny? Counting by sevens on the 7 side, the first factor, and then what? Under the 2, what's it counting by? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. How about you, Max? Counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So on the front of your strategy card, you have the 2 multiplication equations that show the commutative property. You notice the product is in red. Your factors are green and blue. You have the count bys for each factor. You have a quick array. On the back is the part that's going to be your way to practice. So you would hold this part of the card up and say 2 times 7 or 7 times 2, however you want to look at that, equals, and you could count by 2s. Try to figure it out. What is 2 times 7? Sawyer, what's 2 times 7? Hey, sir, come sit right here, bud. Okay, come sit right here. 14, let's check. Is it 14? We just talked about it, right? So a way to practice these at home, have a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, anybody kind of quiz you on these. Like, what's 2 times 7? What's 7 times 2? Yes, Paxton. Awesome. So we're sending these home. You'll see some that look like this. So I'm glad you said that. You might also see the same thing, but look at this one. It's division. He mentioned he has the multiplication, but now we also are sending home the division. So if I know 2 times 7 and 7 times 2 is 14, what is 14 divided by 7? Show me on your fingers at home. How many 7s are in 14? Thank you, Jensen. Thank you, Reese. I see you. Everybody here, how many 7s are in 14? 2. So let's go ahead and flip our card. And we see there are 14 divided by 7 is 2, or 14 divided by 2 is 7. We have the same thing. We have the count bys. We have a quick array. So you will see these in your Friday folder. Please cut them out. That'll be good fine motor practice for your fine motor skills. Test yourself with them. You can do it by yourself because look, you can flip it over and see if you were right. If you're wrong, you can see why you were wrong. So these are a tool to help you prepare for your time tests on Wednesday and Friday. And again, if you didn't do your time test, make sure you sign in and do that today. All right, so that was the strategy cards. I just wanted to make sure I discussed those. And now we are going to move on to what comes in fours. Back to our learning target. Evie was wanting to share earlier. Evie, what comes in fours? Oh, I love that. I didn't even think of that. I should always ask you guys before I make my slideshow because you have the best ideas. So she said the panels in a window, like when you draw a picture of a house, like when I was little and I would always draw the window of a house, I'd put the cross there so you'd have 4 panels. Excellent. What else?
The numbers in 2020.
So the number of digits. So the number of digits in our year 2020 has 4 digits. Excellent. Surnay.
Sometimes a sentence in a book can have 4.
4 sentences. Okay, maybe you have 4 sentences in a paragraph. Paxton. Oh, good. 4 wheels on a car.
Haley and Henry have some ideas.
Henry, go for it.
There might be 4 leaves on a plant.
Sure, why not? How about you, Haley?
Me and my siblings.
Oh, good job. That's awesome. Yeah, Haley has 4 children in her family. I see. Reese, would you like to share? Can't hear you, sweetie.
A 4-leaf clover.
That's so good. I love it. A 4-leaf clover. Okay, on the count of 3, say your idea. 1, 2, 3. Just say it out loud. I heard legs on a horse. That was excellent. All right. You guys are so much more clever than I am. I thought of the size of a trapezoid. A quad has 4 wheels. That's why they call it quad, because quad means 4. I thought of 4, like Haley was mentioning, quadruplets. But you guys aren't quadruplets. But I thought of a parallelogram has 4 sides. I thought of a square or rectangle has 4 sides. So there are plenty of things that come in 4s. That's why we need to know our 4s. So get out your boards. We are going to circle our groups of 4. So let's start. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get my first group of 4. And I know that's 1 group of 4. Remember, you want to write kind of small so that we can see our patterns, and we want to line it up. So please do this with me and do it neatly so that you can see those patterns. Haley, I'd love to see your board. Oh, no, here it is. Here. So 4 equals 1 group of 4. That's 1 group. Now, because multiplication is repeated addition, we're going to add another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gabe, what would 2 4s equal? 8. So now I know 8 equals 2 groups of 4.
Awesome. So Eddie, can you do it the way I'm doing it? Because we're going to look for patterns. 4 equals 1 group of 4. 8 equals 2 groups of 4. So 8 right in the way I have that. Yeah. Sorry, sweetie. So I'm going to have you know it's right. Think of this as how 8 come up here.
Ah, you can go ahead. Okay. All right, let's count 4 more. Everybody count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we land on, Lyric? 12. These are 3 groups of 4. Let's count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Josh, what's 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 4 going to equal? 16. Feel free to keep going on your own.
They're doing great today.
Because this is, we will stop at 40. Don't go past 40 because we go from 0 to 10. So go all the way to 40. See how you do. When you have your board done, hold it up. Looking good, Angelique. I love it, Sawyer. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start filling it in. Let's see how you did. From 16, we're going to count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's next, Lucas? After 16? 20 is the same as 5 groups of 4. Maddie, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's next? What would 6 groups be? 24. Same as 6 groups of 4. Let's count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we get, Henrik? Or 8 for 7 groups of 4. Sorry. What do you think, Henrik? After 24, 4 more. 25, 26, 27, 20, 28 equals 7 groups of 4. Max, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? If I count 4 more, what do I get?
32.
32 is the same as
8 times 4.
8 times 4 or 8 groups of 4. And last, oh no, we're not last. Count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody at home? What would 9 groups of 4 be? Astria, can you unmute and tell us what 9 groups of 4 would be?
$26.
I'll take 36. How about that? 36 is 9 groups of 4. And last but not least, how about Cooper? 1 more group of 4. Excellent. 40 is the same as 10 groups of 4. Hey, let's quickly name the vocabulary word for the answer to a multiplication problem. Who knows it? Dun, dun, dun. Haley.
Is it dividend?
No, that's with division. Hold on to that.
Product?
Product. Okay, so I'm going to label these. This is the product. What do we call these 2 numbers? Madison? No. What are they called? Factors. So I want you to be thinking about what patterns you see You're gonna go to a breakout room, and I think I still have ability to do it. I'll see. You guys are gonna talk about the patterns you see using that vocabulary, factors and products. So maybe I can't do it when I'm sharing my screen. Gavin, I see your hand is up. Do you want to unmute, Gavin? And okay, I saw it said on there. Okay, and Gavin, I need you to do your timed test after math today because it was on this morning's assignment, the 9:15 assignment, and we didn't get one for you. Make sure you sign in to the webmathminute.com. Make sure you hit sign in before you take the test. Go to the online part, okay? Give me a thumbs up, Gavin, if you heard that. Did he hear me? Yay. Is that a thumb up? Thank you, Gavin. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. You guys are going to share in your breakout group. If I can find that. Yep, I can. You're going to share the patterns you notice. Okay. And I should have 10. So I'm going to do 5. Here you go.
You want to make sure you or I are not in a group with a kid by himself or herself. So you're going to want to put Claire in a different group if she's a team.
Yep.
So you click on her. And then
Yep, move to, I see. So who could use one?
Anybody else but one that looks like.
Group 1?
Anyone? No, anyone
No,
but.
anyone. Let's do group 4 because Robert hasn't joined yet. Is that it? All right, you guys share with your neighbor. What did you notice? Good job, Finn. I might let you share that, Finn, so I don't have to do it. How about that? Would that work? Okay. Surname, you ready? What patterns do you notice? Share with somebody. What do you notice?
I noticed that whenever that number is called, it's counting. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did they share a pattern? All right, good job. Hey, I'm just waiting for my online friends to come back from their breakout rooms. Be thinking about what did your partner notice? Not what did you notice? What did your partner notice? So I want to see how well you were thinking. And then Finn's going to share something with the class in just a minute. Okay, have a seat and I'll call you as soon as we're done with this, okay? All right, 15 seconds. So get that in your head. What did your partner notice? And keep your mask on, Haley. Pull that up. Thank you. 4, 3, 2. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are going to ask you to share what your partner noticed about the patterns in the fours. So Angelique, I pulled your name out of the can. What did your partner notice? Okay, you probably didn't hear Angelique. She said the first factor is counting by ones. Excellent. I would like to pick someone at home. Do you see anybody who's got their hand up? Ooh, Reese. Reese, can you unmute and share?
My partner said that right here, it counts by ones.
Excellent. I love it. Thank you for sharing. How about Jensen?
My partner said that the products are +4 every time.
Yes, if you look at your products, they're counting by fours because that's our count by today. Excellent. All right, I promised Finn he could share. So Finn, I'm gonna let you put it on this camera first. I'm gonna hold it up for you guys. Mrs. Harrison, I can't see myself. Tell me. So Finn went ahead. Oh, there I am. Okay.
There you go, right there.
All right, so Finn, do you want to explain what you did? And then I'll show you guys.
I completely.
Talk to them.
I did the pluses, and then I did the equals, and then I did the equals after the pluses.
Okay, so he just wanted to show that multiplication is repeated addition. So he showed us how many fours each one would equal. So we don't have to write it out. He already did it for us. So thank you, Finn. And show everybody here. Some other people got done early, so they decided to show 4 equals 1 times 4 is really just 1 4. 8 equals 2 times 4 is 4 plus 4. We've been doing this since the beginning of school, so I'm not going to do it today or make you do that. We're going to get right into the division, which is called which operation? Does anyone remember the fancy name for it? Sunny, what is it? It's the opposite. We call it the, I'll come back to you if you get it. What do you think, Henrik? Inverse. Everyone say it with me in a funny voice. Inverse. Inverse. All right. Say it in a deep voice. Inverse. Say it in a whisper.
I noticed something else, Mrs. Almond.
Yes.
Something about the products. Did everybody see? Let's see. I see 48260.
Oh, good job.
What do you notice about those, my friends, in the products?
Okay, so Mrs. Harrison's looking at the ones place in the products. What do you notice in the ones place in the products? Go ahead, Marin. So if you didn't hear Marin, which you wouldn't have, the pattern is 48260, 48260. So you see that repeats. It's the digit in the ones place.
And all of those numbers happen to be not odd, but
Even Steven. And who noticed that last time? Henry, right? Henry, did you notice that again? Can you see him?
I can't, he's not giving me a yes or no.
All right, let's get going here with our division. So if we know 4 equals 1 times 4, then we know 4 divided by 4 equals, microphone answer. If we know 8 equals 2 times 4, we know 8 divided by 4 equals 2. If we know 12 equals 3 times 4, we know 12 divided by 4 equals 3. You may keep going with the pattern. You are writing this, and then we'll label the vocabulary and look for patterns. So nice job. Now I need you to erase that so you can do your division, okay? Keep your multiplication. Don't erase your multiplication. Just the people people who have additions, you wanna? Three. Can you see the pattern? So what will you like? And why don't you write them in your math spiral, okay, Finn? I'd like you to show All right. Let's see how we do. If we know 16 equals 4 times 4, what do we know, Lucas? 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay. Charlie B, if we know 20 equals 5 times 4, what's the division or the inverse? 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Okay, if we know 24 equals 6 times 4, then we know what, Gabe? Equals 6. Survey. If we know 28 equals 7 times 4, then 28 divided by 4 equals
28 divided by 4 equals 7.
Because 7 times 4 is 28. If we know 32 equals 8 times 4, then we know, Gavin, can you unmute? What would the division be for 32 equals 8 times 4? I don't hear Gavin today. You should have said 32 divided by 4 equals 8. If we know 36 equals 9 times 4, then 36 divided by 4 equals, microphone answer. And if 40 equals 10 times 4, 40 divided by 4 equals 10. Hey, what is the big number called?
Dividend.
The dividend. What is the, so we've got the dividend, the big number. What about the pushy number that wants to divide into it? Elena, the divisor. And the answer, all of these answers are called quotients. All right, when you talk to your neighbor or in your breakout room about the patterns you notice, use that vocabulary. Are you ready? Remote learners, you are going to be in a breakout room. Here you go. Join your breakout room. Share what you notice. All right, guys, share what you notice and use your vocabulary.
Use the words dividend, use the words divisor, use the words So guys, instead of doing that, can you share what you noticed about your pattern?
I love my dad like so much. When I get home, I know, but I know that it was like whenever your mom
I'll work on that, Mrs. Alvin. You work on. Here, let me get your.
Okay, we are ready to share what I heard something from Charlie Carr had a good one. What did you notice about the dividends and the products? Dividends and products, guys, whole body listening, ready for Charlie. You noticed something. Well, I think in the multiplication, the ending numbers count, or you mean the product was counting by fours. But as far as the divisor was just 4, right? We were always dividing, it wasn't counting by fours, but I think what you meant was it was always 4. Did anyone notice about the dividend? What the dividend looked like, Evie? Okay, the dividend counted by fours. Anyone notice anything different? Sunny.
I noticed with the dividend, the higher the number you get, the higher the quotient gets.
The higher the number you go, the higher the quotient.
Yeah, the answer gets.
Oh, let's go back. I'm going to share my screen again. I forgot I'm not sharing it right now. So let's see. So the higher the dividend, the higher the quotient. Oh, I love that. Good noticing. And then Mrs. Harrison's noticing, Henry, remember when you were talking about even and odd numbers? Henry, do you hear me?
Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Yeah, okay. Look, does it stay true for the dividend? Do we have all even numbers? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Boys, I need whole body listening. Please stop that. Please stop that. That's the second time. Third now. Whole body listening, please. They're all even. That means that they can all be broken into two equal groups. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on from this. I'm gonna erase the board. You guys can keep yours if you want to use it to help you with some of the other problems we're gonna look at. Oh goodness, not much longer. So we talked about patterns. Now we're going to think about yesterday when we did the 5 shortcut. I want you to look at page 56 in your workbook. We're going to do the same thing we did yesterday, but this time we're going to use the 5 shortcut for 4s. So turn to page 56. It's on the board. You can look up there. 5 in the 6, 5 in the tens place, 6 in the ones. Page 56. It'll be okay. Is it already in its chrysalis? Is it already in the chrysalis? It should be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead. Josh, you need to turn to page 56. Thanks. So you're page 56, waiting to see Elena, 56. All right, looking at page 56, I see Evie is ready. Thank you, everyone. Astria, good job. So when we look at the 5 shortcut for 4s, here's what we can do. Somebody mentioned this. I think it might have been Marin. Horses, their legs. Was it you who mentioned them that come in 4s? Horseshoes, okay. Well, here we're looking at how many legs are on 6 horses. So we know we have 6 horses and they have 4 legs each. So what we're going to try to do is use what we know. The 5 shortcut is what we did yesterday to find out the 3s we didn't know. Does anyone think they could already explain that before I do? Anyone think they know how they could use 5 times 4 to help us figure out what 6 times 4 is? Haley, Booker.
We can use our board.
We could use the board, but I want you to use a 5 shortcut. Charlie.
We already know what 5 times 4 is. So we swap out the 5 for 4 for 6. So we 5 times 6 is 5.
Well, could we first figure out, you said use what we already know. We already know what 5 4s are. What are 5 4s? What's 5 times 4, Charlie? You said you know it. 24. It's 20, right? We already know 5 times 4 is 20. So instead of saying 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, we can just use the 5 shortcut and say 5 times 4 is 20. But we have 4 more legs, right? Because we're doing 6 times 4. What would I do next, Charlie? Excellent. You would count up from 24 more. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 6 times 4 would equal 24. So we can do that 5s trick with so many count 5s. It's not just 3s. So let's try it with the next one. How many sides are innate quadrilaterals? There's that quad prefix there. Or not a prefix, but quad means what? Like tri means 3, quad means 4. So a quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. How many sides are in 8 quadrilaterals. We know 8 quadrilaterals. They each have 4 sides. Here are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can use that 5's trick. If we already know 5 times 4 is what, Elena? No, 5 times 4. Microphone answer.
20.
We already know 5 times 4 is 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have that. We don't have to count all of those, but we still have 3 more 4s. So let's use Charlie's strategy. What should we do, Sawyer? We've got 20 for 5 of our quadrilaterals. We have 3 more quadrilaterals. What should we do? Come sit here with your stuff. Come sit here with your stuff. All right. Help me out, Gabe. I've got 20. What's going to go here?
24.
Thank you. We're going to count on, like Charlie said, and add 4 every time. So from 20, 4 more is 24. What's next, Paxton?
28.
28. 4 more. Microphone answer.
32.
So what's 8 times 4?
32.
32. We're just going to use what we know. Use those 5s to help you with the harder multiplications. Okay, so yesterday we talked about area. We have a little review here. Some of you have seen this on your Think Central assignment, so I should probably go over it super duper quick. And we are not doing an exit ticket today, so we are good. But I'd like to talk about this because it kind of reviews what we did yesterday and helps us with our 4s. So this is a large rectangle. It is made up of 2, right? We've got the green rectangle and we have the yellow. We're going to find the area of the 2 small rectangles and then figure out the area of the large rectangle by adding them. That's another property you're going to hear about called distributive property. Everybody here say that with me. Distributive property. So we are going to talk more about that when we get into our unit on area. But right now we're going to kind of distribute it, like break it up into 2 parts. So I want everybody circle that green rectangle. Go ahead and circle that. And I want you to tell me, what is the area of that green rectangle? Now that you know what area is after yesterday's lesson, you can use area equals length times width, or you can count them. When you know the answer, put your hand on top of your head. Put your hand on top of your head when you know the answer. Reese, do you know the answer? Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Reese.
11.
Can you say it again?
11.
Well, let's think. Area equals length times the width. If the length is 4, and we're multiplying it by the width, which is 5, I'm going to put that in parentheses. We've talked about 4 times 5. What do you think that area is, Reese?
I think it's 12.
Let's count them.
I meant 11.
Okay, let's count all the squares. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What's the area of the green rectangle? That would be 20. Or you could hold up 4 fingers and count. Can you hold up 4 fingers? Count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Right? Now we want to find the area of the yellow rectangle. And we're going to add that. Go ahead and write this. And then you will be doing distributed property. Yes, Finn. Okay, then you want to help me out with this one? How did you find the area of the yellow rectangle?
looked up on top and it said 4, and then looked on the side and it said 2. And then I went 2 times 4, 4 times 2, you know what, equals 8. And then I went and said 4 times 5, or 5 times 4, is 20, and 20 plus 8 is 28.
Okay, Finn did a fabulous job of explaining it. I'm going to try to repeat that. He knew he could multiply the length, which he noticed was 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, by the width, 1, 2. So he did that, 2 times 4, and he got 8. Let's count the squares, because you can always count the squares to check your work. I hate for you to miss it because your multiplication's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is he right?
Yes.
Now, he also explained he can find the area of the entire rectangle by adding them together. 20 plus 8, which, what'd you say, Finn, was 28. Now, if I didn't want to break that up or distribute it into 2 equal rectangles, you know what else I could do? Any ideas? What if I just wanted to look at it as a whole rectangle? Is there another way I could do it? What do you think, Haley?
I think that you count all the squares, and then like you could do it in it, you could count the sides, and then you can count the rows, then you can put that together, and then you'd still get 28.
Okay, I think that's kind of what we did though. Looking at this 7 here, look at that 7, Marin. What could I do?
So based on that, 7, and 5 is 4. So you would multiply 7 times 4, and you get 28.
So if you did not hear her, she's saying we can use this 7 and this 4 because that's the length and the width, and we could do 7 times 4 equals 28. We're going to get the same answer. It doesn't matter which way. Or we could break that 7 up into a 5 and a 2, distribute it. You're going to get the same answer, right? So it might be helpful when the numbers get really big to break it up and use this kind of distributive property where you break it up. All right, good job, guys. That was two big concepts, distributive property, and you learned, it doesn't like me, and you learned the 5 shortcut for using your 4s. Charlie, you did, I wish that was an exit ticket because you did such a good job explaining your thinking on how you would use the 5 shortcut. So as we move on and learn our 6s and our 7s, that's okay. We're going to be able to use that 5 shortcut. All right, we're not going to worry about that. And we're going to do this one orally, Mrs. Harrison, if that's okay. But I just want you to tell me orally, because with our exit tickets, we have to explain our thinking like Charlie just did, and that's hard. My son was terrible at this when he was young. He would just say, because I know. I just know it. I'm like, well, you can't do that. You got to be able to tell us so we know you know. So let's think. You can follow along on page 58. Today I had to find 8 times 4. I didn't know the answer, but I figured it out by combining 2 multiplications. So that's the distributive property, right? Here's what he did. He wants to know what 8 times 4 is. So he did 8 times 2 plus 3 times 2. So he says 5 times 2 equals 10 and 3 times 2 equals 6. So 8 times 4 equals 16. Is my answer right? Give me a thumbs up if you think Puzzled Penguin is right. Thumbs down if you think Puzzled Penguin is puzzled. Hence the name. All right. Why is his answer? I see thumbs down. You guys are right. He's wrong. Why is he wrong, though? That's the tricky part. Think about it for a minute. What should he have written, and why is he wrong? I see Finn knows. I see Sunny's got an idea. Marin's thinking. What should he have written? If he wanted to find out 8 times 4, and he wanted to break up that 8 into 5 and 3 and multiply it by something, what should have he multiplied it by? Sawyer, do you think you know? You got your thinking cap on? Okay, be thinking. Stay with me. Max, do you think you know? Not yet. Okay, I want to give you some time. I know you know he's puzzled, but why? Maybe I can guide you a little in your thinking. He wants to find 8 times 4. He took that 8 and he broke it up into 5 and 3 because we know 5 plus 3 equals 8. Then he took the 4 and thought he'd break that up. Oh, you're getting it now, Max? Okay, Max, what do you think he did wrong?
He broke the 4 up, which he wasn't supposed to do, and he thought the answer if he put 10 plus 6 will equal 16, so he thought 8 times 4 equals 16.
So if you didn't hear what Max said, he said he shouldn't have done the 2, right? That was wrong. He should have kept the what?
4.
So he could have done 5 times 4 plus 3 times 4. Now let's see if that would equal 8 times 4. What's 8 times, or 5 times 4, everybody? 20. 3 groups of 4. 4, 8, 12. Now let's add it.
32.
Look on your board if you still have it. Does 8 times 4 equal 32?
Yes.
You can look at the multiplication table. So Puzzle Penguin, what should he have done? He should not have broken up the 4. You are wrong. You should not have broken up the 4. Up the 4 into 2, right? And I can give more detail, but because of time, I just think that was really good thinking after what we've done with that district. Do your best. I am going to erase it. I know that frustrates some of you, but I am not grading that, and I don't want you to panic over that. My clock is always ticking. Go, 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 go. And then, do you want me to do my song or no? Oh, I don't know what you have to do. Is that it? Do you have your planner? Oh, shoot. You only have a few kids, though. All right. Here we go. You guys should know this. Rock and learn. Nice job, guys. Before we go, my friends at home, show me on your thumbs how you're feeling about your fours. Thermometer. Lyric, you don't like the fours? No? Okay, lyrics. My class, I need Maddie. I'm not done teaching. Can you please sit down? How are you feeling about your fours? Show me. Robert looks good. Thank you, Katie. Haley, I see a sideways thumb. Clara, I agree. Fours are tricky. We will work on them. Use those strategy cards to help. Henry, I see you. Okay, guys, you can work on your Think Central. I notice a lot of you haven't turned in your assignments. Please see if you can catch up on those. And then if you haven't done that time test, make sure you do your time test. And I will see you on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend.